Yo, Del Larsen here, welcome to the newest Synthesize Sunday episode, and let's continue making this wonderful pad. So in the previous video I showed you this example. And today I want to show you how to make this pad. Which is a very crazy pad. I mean, it sounds pretty good, but how I made it is just, crazy. I like to overcomplicate things, to be honest. But let's hop into it. And the main sound is coming from operators, so let me disable all the effects what I have here to show you the pure sound itself. Okay, we can keep the utility, so this is how it sounds on itself. But before we jump into it, let me encourage you to subscribe and hit the little bell icon to receive notifications whenever I upload new videos. I upload Synthesize Sunday tutorials on every Sunday, EDM production tutorials on every Wednesday, and song feedback sessions on every Friday. So if you don't want to miss any of these, smash those buttons for good. This is the main sound. So adding a delay, adding a reverb, adding the chord, and adding a very crazy arpeggiator. Okay, so this is the place where I need to stop now. And this is because I have this wonderful plugin what I really love to use. This is basically a granulator plugin. It's a free stuff. You can download it from the internet. I don't know where. Anyway, it's called Argot Lunar. I don't know how to pronounce it. But it is pretty good because you can set different stuff here, like the grain size, like individual pitch, duration, delay. There are tons of things here, but to be honest, I just use the preset here because there are too much stuff here to play around with, and these presets are pretty good. I mean, they just sound very great on their stuff if you put it onto anything, basically. So the echoes is the preset what I use in, and just show you what it does. Let me just demonstrate it using another operator, like making a very simple plucky kind of square, something like this. Oh, let's make it a little longer. Okay, something like that would make it. And I just want to put this echo preset from the Argot Lunar, I don't know. So as you can hear, it already filters the sound in a very nice way. So this is the preset what I use here in this plugin. I highly recommend you to play around with it, just experiment. So the main sound is already cool, but I added a rack where I use two bands. And I used two band pass filters to, make some, sort of wah-wah kind of stuff, wah filter or wah pedal kind of sound, because I used the built-in LFO to, move the filter back and forth, only on the first band, because the second band is static, so it doesn't move. And this is all here. Okay, I just needed to pull back the feedback because, you know, it would take forever to wait till the effect fades out. So I just love to have some very smooth tail for the pad with long feedback on the delay. Anyway, there is another rack here, and the only purpose of this is this frequency shifter on the high band, which is from 7000 Hz to 22,000 Hz basically. And what I did here is just pulled back the frequency, like using a frequency shifter to make the top end, you know, a little rustier or a little smoother, so not very ear bleeding, very high stuff, which to be honest has no real purpose because I already filtered the sound like pretty heavily. So if you want, you can get rid of this. I doubt there will be too much change and too much drastic difference between this rack here and not having this rack here. Yeah, as I thought, there is no such difference, but there is a reverb here, which again smooths out the sound, like making it into a very nice paddy kind of stuff. Anyway, so this is the sound itself, but what we haven't checked here is the operator preset itself. As you can see, we have this chain, I mean this FM algorithm, where only operator A goes out from the synth. And as you can see, I have this shape for the envelope, which means the attack is not very sharp. Actually, it's very smooth. And the decay is pretty short. So it's like a very soft sound, a soft kind of pluck sound. And every other envelopes on the operators are the same, as you can see here. And I use only saw waves, like sort of saw waves, because the D is on saw 32 and A is on 32 too. But the thing here is I use some phase shifting and some detuning to make the sound a little smoother. And of course, I added 2 voices of unison by pushing up the spread knob. And this is all besides the filter and the LFO. The LFO just, you know, as you can see, it is on 3.4%, which means that it modulates the pitch of the operators, like the A, B, C, D. As you can see, I enabled all of them just very, very slightly. But the filter is on pretty high because I used it as a pluck kind of stuff on the sound. So it pulls back after 1.3 seconds, just pretty fast. So it really is a pluck sound. And what makes it paddy and what makes it long is the arpeggiator with the delay. So the arpeggiator makes it a really crazy kind of, well, already granular kind of sound. And the simple delay, as you can see, it is on 92% feedback, or at least very, very high percent feedback, makes it sound really a paddy kind of stuff. And the Argot Lunar, and this filter kind of rack, you know, the bandpass rack, makes the sound tone basically. So if you want to go creative, you can try to tweak these settings, try different waveforms, but don't forget to tweak this rack too, because, you know, it filters the sound pretty heavily, so you won't be able to hear too much difference until you don't tweak these filters too. Because all of the effects are very simple, so they don't affect the tone itself. The Argot Lunar is sort of like a filter and a delay effect too. So anyway, I think this is a pretty exciting sound, and the technique itself is pretty exciting. I hope you learned something today. I was Dan Larsson. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you next time, guys. Bye bye.